What is up, guys? It's Film Freak here, and today we have another banger dropping as usual. In this video, we're going to be talking about the film Black Panther. And if you guys haven't seen this film already, we highly recommend you go right now, drop whatever you're doing, and head on over to the theater to watch this amazing film. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about a sort of mysterious relationship between the Golden State Warriors of the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers of the NBA, and the film itself. We've compiled a whole list of evidence for you guys, so let's get started.
Number 1.
If you remember from the film, T'Challa's uncle, N'Jobu, who was an Oakland native, if you look closely, he looks just like Andre Iguodala from the Golden State Warriors. And he has Draymond Green's skin tone as well. So he's kind of like a fusion of the two players.
Yeah.
In a way. So that was a quick starter.
He's got his aggressiveness too.
Yes,
Draymond.
he has, and he also has Draymond
Remember that
Green's.
time that he kicked Steven Adams in the nuts?
Yeah, exactly.
He got suspended for a game.
And in the film, N'Jobu tries to sort of rebel against T'Chaka, which ends up getting him killed.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Secondly, we're getting more toward the meat of this. So we have the Black Panther Party, which was a political party during the Civil Rights Movement, which was founded in Oakland, California, which
Warriors
is where
ground.
The Warriors play in Oracle Arena. That was in 1966 that it was founded, and Martin Luther King James.
King James, maybe? LeBron James?
Martin Luther King Jr. was buried in 1968 in Atlanta, Georgia. And this film was actually filmed 6 miles away from his burial in Atlanta, Georgia. So there's definitely some historical background that contributed.
Yeah, there's definitely some sort of locational background there. And
yeah.
Next off, we have the King, and I repeat King so that you don't forget about LeBron James, whose nickname is the King, because he is the King. The King in the film has to put down N'Jobu because he was about to kill him and fight him, so he has no choice but to kill him. Anyways, the King has to put down N'Jobu, and LeBron James in the NBA is always having to put down Draymond Green, who has this very sort of violent, rebellious nature.
Mm-hmm.
So the King in the film putting down N'Jobu is kind of like LeBron having to put down Draymond Green.
Yes. Next, we will be talking about the 3-1 dynamic and the in the movie with the 3 women ratio to 1 man. So the 1 man is T'Challa, who is the king, the Black Panther, and the three women are Okoye, the general, and Shuri,
His sister,
who also her name also happens to sound like LeBron's daughter's name, which is Juri. Very similar.
Definitely not a coincidence.
And the third woman is Nakia. So that makes a 3-to-1 ratio.
We just have a direct 3-to-1 ratio.
Which really relates to the
3-1 lead
that the Warriors held over the Cavs in the 2016 NBA Finals.
Yeah, that is definitely not a coincidence. Next up, we have the fact that the King, who is T'Challa in the film, has to fight against the boy from Oakland, who could be Curry, or in the film's case, is Killmonger. So that's this direct relationship between Warriors and Cavs, just from the characters in the film.
Alright, some more research about Killmonger led us to the fact that he is played by Seth Carr, who is a young boy. This was talking about the young Killmonger in the beginning of the film. And Seth Carr also happens to relate to the Warriors. His name sort of sounds like Seth Curry, the brother of Steph Curry, who plays on the Warriors, or it could refer to Steve Kerr, who is the coach of the Golden State Warriors.
So that's 2 names that it could possibly share a connection to.
You take your pick. Which one does it sound like more?
Let us know down in the comment section below. And next off, we were starting to wrap it up here, but do you guys know those really obnoxious Warriors crowds and those fans? They make me angry.
Yeah, they're known as one of the most obnoxious fan bases in all of the NBA.
Exactly. And if you remember from the film, during the challenge sequences, we saw the very vibrant and colorful crowds that were cheering on the challengers and the defending champ T'Challa, which is kind of like the Warriors. Anyways, if you remember from the film, those crowds could be pretty loud and obnoxious too. And if you remember, they would always be like, so anyways, doesn't that kind of sound like those Warriors crowds if you watch TV? Yeah. So definitely relating the crowds there.
Next up, we are talking about the heart-shaped herb that the Black Panther takes in order to gain his strength. And in this movie, it's basically like a steroid.
It is a steroid, really.
Yeah.
It's just it's directly
It's
making you stronger.
superhuman powers.
Yeah, and that's a steroid.
And have you ever happened to see Andre?
Sorry. Andre Iguodala on the Golden State Warriors. Have you seen those arms? If those ain't steroids, I don't know what are. So I think in that way, the film is actually kind of dissing the institution and sort of taking a stab at steroids and cheating within
we're not
sports
saying that
leagues.
Andre Iguodala takes steroids.
We just think that there's sort of
Maybe a connection.
Maybe they're very subtly calling him out. Maybe.
I mean, how do you get those big arms?
I know. Yeah. You
gotta.
gotta.
Can't lift.
Yeah.
I mean,
Those
you have to lift
those
too
arms are carved out of a mountain. And we're starting to wrap it up here. Ryan Coogler, as you all may know, is the director of the film, and the director has pretty much total control over what happens in the film. And he just happens to be a known Warriors fan. And guess what? He co-wrote the film with
a Cavaliers fan who are rivals with the Golden State Warriors.
So those two, with their fan bases, they could definitely drop hints into the film about which team they prefer, and they could sort of set up a relationship.
This is sort of the overarching theme about how this relationship got into the film in the first place.
So we have the Warriors, which is the team name of the Golden State Warriors, and their name is Warriors, and Warriors are fighters, right? We have warriors in the film, like the Dora Milaje, which are the bald warriors, the team of bald warriors that are women that are led by Okoye. They're just warriors, right? If you get down to the meat of it. So, I mean, I think take their name from the Golden State Warriors, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, now our last point for now is about the soundtrack, who is written and performed by Kendrick Lamar.
And props to Kendrick for a litty soundtrack.
Really.
That film had me staying litty all 2 hours and 15 minutes long.
Yeah. And we did a little research about Kendrick Lamar, and we found that he is cousins with Nick Young,
None other than the Swaggy P,
who
is
previously
a
played
shooting
for
guard.
Los Angeles Lakers, and this past offseason was traded to the Golden State Warriors.
That is the second familial relationship we've had between the Warriors and Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
So that about wraps it up, guys. What do you think about these theories? Let us know down in the comment section below. Be sure to like, subscribe if you're new, and turn on the bell for notifications.
Yeah.
For now, we out.
Signing off.